I was thinking one of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj's lasting legacies is his focus. You can say compassion, but focus on the welfare of women and children in the movement, and not really just the movement, but just anywhere. And I think being in a female's body, that was particularly attractive to me, that he wasn't just lumping us into, um, a group. When I first started, when I first joined the movement in 85, it was very much it was a much harsher culture around women. It was kind of like, be seen but don't be heard, remember what your place is, remember your role. And being a person that was very independently minded, very, my father used to call me stubborn. Um, I had, I was, it wasn't the culture that attracted me, and I wasn't attracted to any of that. I was attracted to the philosophy. I wasn't attracted to this so-called understanding of where women should be, or what their role should be. So when I first came in contact with Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, that was the most refreshing thing, was that he was very strict as a sannyasin. He was very, I mean, when I first went to meet him, I had to take somebody with me. We had a very strict policy about men and women meeting and all that kind of stuff. But so there was that. But at the same time, there was a deep, deep, deep compassion. In the early days, the early preaching that we did, because there were so few devotees around Gurudev, and even as more devotees came around, he didn't really distinguish as, okay, you're a woman, you do this, you're a man, you're a woman. He gave responsibilities to all of us according to our capacity. And so if there was somebody that was a good organizer, a good administrator, it didn't matter whether they were in a male body or a female body, that's the role you got. He had Rajulila Mataji doing all kinds of, high administrative stuff, talking with leaders and arranging all of these different programs. He had myself as his secretary, going to different radio shows and different television shows, and going to the Pentagon with him on all of these different things. So it wasn't that you felt as though whatever it is that you wanted to offer, you could. You didn't feel as though you were limited simply because you're in a particular body, whether it was a black body or a white body or a male body or a female body. If you had service that you wanted to do for Krishna, Gurudev would facilitate it. If you wanted to just be simple and just cook, you could do that. If you wanted to head up a program, head up a program. If you wanted to create something, create it. So I never felt as though I was ever restricted. Whatever my imagination could think of, whatever way I wanted to be able to serve Gurudev, I could do that. So when I got married and started having children, it was hard for me, because now I was, more housebound, more homebound, more playing the more traditional role of a female, and I felt like I wasn't really doing such a good job at that. If you want me to organize like a program, I could do that, but figure out how to raise a child. So I would complain to Gurudev. I would say, Gurudev, I can't even change my deities regularly, because I have, like, whenever I have everything set up and it's all suchi and clean and ready to change the deities, then I have to go change a diaper or something, and like throws everything off. And I remember him listening to me. He used to listen to me a lot, complain. But he would say, Yasoda Mayi, that raising those children is your service. That's your service to Srila Prabhupada, is raising beautiful Vaishnava children. And the way that he said it made me feel that this was as important as putting on a college program for him, or arranging for him to get on a radio station or whatever, or even distributing books. That raising these children in the nicest way possible, to have them be committed, intelligent, loving Vaishnavas, was my most important duty. And I really took that to heart. So every time I would have, problems or difficulties or whatever, I would think about that this is my service to my spiritual master, and I need to do this the best, put my heart and soul into this service as I would put my heart and soul into any other thing that I would be doing. So that was great solace for me.